You didn't think Howard Stern would get caught up in all this after all that he's done and all the apologizing he's been doing as of late since his book last year? Now look what happens to him. This is what you get, Howard, for placating and capitulating to the Hollywood masses. You sucked up the Hollywood. You reap what you sow. This is on you. This is my thing is I'm not looking to go ahead and bash, okay? And any of this stuff I've said about Howard before, I'm not trying to bash the man. Okay, I got respect for what he's brought to the radio industry, okay? He is the person that put the radio industry on his back for 25 years. And then he left for Sirius. And I understandably so. Fine. And he did sell out of Sirius, but okay, he can do that. But what happened here is trying to go ahead and, placate and be nice. Thing is, I mean, we already know what he's done in the past. Like, I already knew about this story of him being blackface in the New Year's Eve pay-per-view. We all heard about that. This is nothing new. He did racist humor. He's not racist. I don't think he is. And look at what happens here. See, Howard Stern wants to play to the people that are, that are part of the cancel culture, the ones that are canceling. And now now they're trying to cancel him. Well, Howard Stern's blackface video is painful to watch, but offers a not so shocking lesson, says Forbes. So again, it was a video clip from his New Year's Eve pay-per-view special, 1993. He's joined by Robert Quivers. He does the Ted Danson, Whoopi Goldberg blackface deal. So yeah, this again, we knew about the Jimmy Fallon thing back in 2000, him playing Chris Rock. We saw it. So Howard doing this. How's he going to handle it? Well, this story tells you everything. The video first began circulating online by filmmaker Tariq Rashid, quickly shared by numerous right-leaning Twitter followers. The attention is unsurprising. Going to the political stuff. Let's move along with that. Now, Stern's also being accused of hypocrisy because the video clip circulating juxtaposes the 1993 skit with Stern's more recent visit to The View, which is why is he doing The View? This guy that does David Letterman and would never do interviews, really. And would never be caught doing The View. And now he does. Suck up. That's pathetic. I'm embarrassed for what he's done. I was a fan. And look what he's doing, man. He is crashing and burning in front of us. Dude, take your millions, go with Beth, stay in Palm Beach, and stay off the air. Please retire. Enough. But this is the thing that's going to take him out and retire him for good because he needs to. This is enough. Yeah, you keep putting yourself out there, you're going to be put on the chopping block. Now you're going to get stabbed like Julius fucking Caesar, you hypocrite. So during his visit, Stern claimed he didn't use racist language during a specific broadcast in which he hosted a member of the Ku Klux Klan. So we all know what he did. And here's what they say in the story. So in many ways, Stern foreshadowed America's current entertainment lineup with blurs the lines between entertainment and news commentary. No, he didn't. He just did entertainment. Let's see your tits, like take the little laser, do whatever. Or, he'd have the Ku Klux Klan member doing, movie reviews and how many burning crosses would it be, stuff like that. And he had entertainers on. Yeah, news. Just because they started getting political now, because they're forcing him to do it, because Hollywood has to talk about it. He's not playing to the listeners anymore. He's playing to Hollywood. He's playing to the suits, corporate media, the people so that he'll get attention again. Because he is no longer the attention getter. Not anymore. Barely. With some interviews that he gets, supposedly he gets something out of it. Otherwise, he gets no attention, no press at all. Ever since he left Go America's Got Talent, he's just been an afterthought in most respects. So popular podcasters now like Joe Rogan are getting a big following by hosting guests who simultaneously entertain, engage with one another while entertaining unproven conspiracy theories on a range of current events, which I hope it continues as it goes to Spotify. So we know about the Tonight Show host, Jimmy Fallon, getting caught up in this. There we go. And he apologized. And now we have the story with the race protesting and riots right now over George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and now Rayshon Brooks. So while Stern's video is timely news, he isn't a faded celebrity. Well, yes, he is. Yeah, and he still gets an audience, but not even a third of what he used to get when he first brought in Sirius XM. Because people go to Sirius XM not for Stern anymore. It's for other stuff, for sports, for music, for other things. But it's not for Stern anymore. Stern's not the reason, but because of his loyalty to Sirius XM for all these years, and because basically Mel Karmazin still has a say. Sirius will let him be there for as long as he wants. So they're giving him loyalty. They're giving back to him. They don't really have to, but they're going to anyway. And that's a respect thing. I can actually respect Sirius for doing that. So all this makes Stern's past actions relevant. His next steps revelatory. So there's no question. Here's what this article is, this op-ed. Here he goes. No question, Stern needs to make a complete and genuine apology for the skit. Perhaps other incidents that may surface. He also should use his celebrity power and privilege. Here we go. Power and privilege to make an example of himself by explaining why he did what he did was wrong. White privilege, white guilt. They're going to use him for that. Using it as a moment to teach an emerging generation of entertainers, comedians, and podcasters how not to act. What the fuck? So be politically correct. That's not what Howard Stern was. Now he wants to go and change it up, but that's not what the original intent was. The 1993 Howard Stern, if you would have talked to him then, he would have said, fuck you and the horse you walked in on. He wouldn't give a shit about this. Ever. Howard Stern, in the time before all this came out, before he sold out, basically, he would have never acted like this. He would have never said, he would have never responded to this. He would have laughed about it. He would have been on his show and talk about it. But him, they'll probably make him put out a press statement and he'll probably do some announcement having to go and make mention of it. Like an idiot. Again, just taking more shots at your career, your legacy, your reputation. You fool. You thought these people liked you in Hollywood. You thought everybody that you were placating to and apologizing to. You thought these people were going to go ahead and accept you now? You fool. Ignorant fool. I can't believe you let this go on to yourself. You let yourself stay around too long. And you think in this new society, this PC culture that we have, you didn't think you were going to get vilified someday? Well, guess what? The chickens have come home to roost, Howard. It's on you. You did this to yourself. No one to blame but you. And now you got to apologize for it because the masses are commanding you to apologize. And just like a good little boy, like in front of your mother and father, you're going to apologize to them. When I know that back in the day, you wouldn't have never done this. As a fan, I think I heard you enough to know that you would never apologize. Tom Likas would give you shit about this too, for apologizing for what you did. You should never have to apologize. What did Tom Likas say? Apologies are for pussies. Is that what you are, Howard? Are you going to apologize for what you did? Are you going to do this? Are you going to go ahead and placate to the masses? Or are you going to leave that last piece of dignity? Listen, you take it, okay, yeah. I regret it. Fine. But they're going to tell you, look what they're telling you to do. It's not just an apology. No. Now there's more. See? Use his celebrity power and privilege to truly make himself an example by explaining why what he did was wrong, using it in a moment to teach an emerging generation of entertainers, comedians, and broadcasters like that. So he's trying to be the role model to make other people censor themselves and become watered down and eunuchs. Bullshit. Perhaps Stern will even use his relationships and wealth. He's got to put his money out there too, huh? Well, then programs that provide sensitivity training to those public figures, who not only have the power to entertain, but also the power to offend. What the hell is that supposed to mean? I thought we were trying to help out Black lives. So you're going to give to other white people sensitivity training? To other white people? Is that what we're going to do? So they change? No. Why don't you give to the Black community? Why are you asking them to do this? See, hypocritical, this writer here from Forbes. Just saying, I'm just calling it out. I'm not any political side or anything. I'm a fence sitter, man. I'm an independent. But I can call out bullshit when I see it because I'm allowed to. Now, yes, I agree with the last part. No excuse for wearing black because I don't know anybody that did it. Listen, the Al Jolson shit, that should have stayed in the 1920s. That should have never happened either, but it did. And we're going to have to live with it and bear with it and realize, listen, we have to move on as a society. But all this right here, it's all getting backtracked. Again, you can't do anything that you did before and not expect any repercussions. Which is, again, when social media came about, you need to be careful what the hell you were doing on social media and know that you are going to be challenged. And you're going to be judged by anything that you say online because it'll come back to you. You're a public figure. So whatever you say in public, whatever you do in public is going to come back and bite you in the ass if it's something that you know maybe was acceptable back in the day. Now it's not. So here's what he says. Howard Stern shouldn't try to make one. What he could do is use the painful mistake of his past to draw an important lesson it was a painful lesson that people brought up back again, stirring up the pot. But hey, he's, open game just like everybody else, right? They can make him a martyr. They can excommunicate him from Hollywood and from popularity. He can go home. He can go ahead and leave rich. But then he's going to have some guilt and privilege thing that he has that he feels like he needs to capitulate. And what happens once they get you like this? They hold on to your nutsack, Howard. They're going to hold on to you forever. You want to regret it? Go right ahead. But you're going to apologize? Hey, you're going to go ahead and take it, and you're going to feel like, well, you're going to be pulled into something that you probably don't want to do. You probably don't want to apologize, but they're going to make you. It was wrong. Let me make that point across. Again, wearing blackface, using racist language, yes, that's wrong. No question there, right? But this right here, he's asking for it. Howard Stern has a long history of learning from his. Again, he's already trying to apologize. He had his apology tour last year with his book, which I don't know if it sold well or not. He's going on shows like CBS Sunday Morning and The View. Pathetic. It's bad. And now should be none different. But in doing so, the first thing he needs to do is least shocking thing of all, apologize. He's not asking for apology. They're asking you to go ahead and give up your soul. You made a deal with the devil. Now you're paying for it. Devils come to collect. Hope it was worth it, Howard.